held my phone the whole time.
I noticed you had your phones the whole time. I just thought that everybody in their 20s had a phone all the time.
Well, I'm 30 now. I just turned 30.
Oh, you just turned 30.
So
Okay.
there are no more 20s in the legislature. But you know, the FOP gave me this cool little thing to put on the back of my phone that I thought I was going to be able to hold on to,
And then that
it
fell off.
completely fell off.
How many more
I
things
got
can
it
go
here.
wrong on stage?
I have no idea, but I mean, I recovered well, right?
You did.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, thanks for that. You talk about, and by the way, a lot of people in their 20s like flying. A lot of people in their 60s don't like flying. I'm just letting you know that what the future might hold. But you...
We're going to fly everywhere, apparently. That's it, you know.
You talk about the need to be a place where we can, I guess, attract people who can work and fill out the jobs that are out there, and take the people who are here and do that. What do we do about bringing those people in, and what do we do about? We think we're going to have great job demand in the future, and how do we meet it? And I think it's not just a question for New Orleans and Baton Rouge, but we see this in a lot of states where it's these other places in the state where you want to see economic development, because that's where the biggest struggle is. North Louisiana right now in the last few years hasn't been doing as good as South. How do you make it work for all the state and not just certain urban areas?
Well, like, good question, and one thing that I intended on saying that I felt like was going to kind of be the theme of my entire talk, but then I completely lost myself when I fell to the stage. So, you know, I think that in the legislature, you know, we had a meeting of some of the female legislators the other day, and we were kind of all asking each other, what's the most difficult thing about being in the legislature? You know, and as women, sometimes you think that the answers might be different, but I kind of think our answers would probably be similar to some of the gentlemen in the legislature as well. But you know, Helena was talking about some of her passions and some of the bills that she's worked on, and I think sometimes you have this bill that you just think is fantastic, that you think, this is so common sense and everybody should be on board with it. You know, this is going to be so awesome. And then all of a sudden everybody starts calling you with everything wrong with it, and you think, no, I mean, this should be so common sense, right? And so I think we should never shy away from things like that, because I think in the legislature you have to be bold. Because in Louisiana, and I think probably in politics in general, we have a horrible habit of saying, well, we've always done things this way, so we should just continue doing them this way. But that's not always the case. You shouldn't be afraid to try something new and try something bold, and step out. And you know, one of the things that I'm working on this session is occupational licensing reform. So you know, to me, licensing is a regulation on the front end. You know, you have a lot of business regulations when you start a business. But this is kind of a barrier on the front end of all the different hoops that you have to jump through to actually be able to do a job that you know how to do. So we've looked at some of them that, you know, we feel like have some unnecessary regulations and barriers to entry. And I think that's really important, you know, because you have a lot of people that have good skills, and I want them to be able to share it, and frankly, to let the free market kind of take care of some of that as well.
Right, and that can affect somebody that maybe want to come in the state. But a lot of times I call it the spousal effect, because you'll have a man or woman who has a job that's being offered in the state. They want to bring their spouse with them, but they're in one of these fields where they have to jump through all these hoops in order to do the job they did in the other state, and that can be a real hassle. So, well, let's do this. I would say you bring a very bold spirit to the legislature, and looking forward. Appreciate that.